I had been making wine, beer, and sake for years and really loved it. And my business partner, Andrew, had been making wine. His family they'd always grown up making wine. And we had actually had been making biodiesel. We were both fooling around with alternative energy.
And one day I kind of just got sick of it and I said, Derek, if that barrel over there was full of whiskey instead of diesel fuel, I'd be a happier man. And he said, okay, let's open up a distillery. And distillery just did not take much convincing. It was a very cool idea.
We're a craft distillery. So it's a small distillery. Typically that's under 50,000 gallons a year.
Micro distilleries are just beginning to take off like microbreweries did in the 70s and the 90s. So the timing was right. There's a lot of interest these days in craft spirits and in artisan foods generally. So everything just kind of lined up right.
Kentucky in general, people seem better educated about spirits. They're really passionate. And Bowling Green's been wonderful to us. Everyone's loves what we're doing. They're thrilled that we're here. Bowling Green has a great downtown, and there seemed to be some sort of renovation and reclamation of the downtown. And there were some, cool new companies moving to the downtown area, and they wanted to revitalize this. We make gin, absinthe, vanilla vodka. We have some experimental whiskeys and a spiced rum. We use a little bit different process with our gin, and what we use is something called a Carter head. And a Carter head, or a gin head as it's sometimes called, there are only a handful of Carter head type stills in the world. And what it does is, rather than putting your botanicals in the alcohol and then distilling, you're actually distilling just the alcohol, and the alcohol goes as a vapor through a botanical basket. And what that does is it captures the flavor of the gin, but it leaves behind a lot of the heavier oils. And so it gives you a much smoother gin that is less harsh on the back of your mouth. So we have a lot of people say that they hate gin, they don't like gin, and they try our gin, and they say, we really like that. So we're very proud of that. And we were fortunate to win a gold medal after only being open 3 months, so we were thrilled. Absinthe is a spirit that was illegal until 2007 in America. The reason why it was made illegal is because it was believed to be psychotropic. The FDA did some tests and found that this chemical was in a lot of spices. It was in rosemary, thyme, and so they had to allow it to be legalized. We went with a red absinthe because most of the absinthes are green, and but we did see that there had been a lot of red absinthes made in Spain. And to our knowledge, there were no red absinthes being made in the United States. So we wanted something just a little bit different. And we started playing with hibiscus, which is what we use to color our absinthe. And we liked the taste it was giving us, so we went with it.
Vanilla bean vodka is our simplest spirit. Fortunately, it's one of the most popular because it is so simple to make, but it is an infusion of whole vanilla beans in high-proof grain spirit, which we then filter several times through activated carbon made from coconut, and then we filter it further, and then we have a vanilla bean vodka. Usually vanilla vodkas are made by taking a clear vodka and adding an extract, so they remain clear or have just a little bit of a tint. And then there's usually sugar added as well, so it's a very sweet vanilla taste. This being an infusion of vanilla bean, it's a very woody, natural vanilla flavor, so again, it's a little bit different.
Our rye moonshine and our rye whiskey are pretty unique because it's 100% rye. Most rye whiskeys on the market are usually 70%, 80% rye. You rarely go to 100% rye, and it's because it is so difficult to work with. But it gives a really fascinating character. Rye has a spiciness to it. It's just a unique grain. It's a frustrating grain, but we wanted a true 100% rye product. And there are people that try the moonshine version of it that's unaged, and that's amazing. It has the mixability of a vodka, but it has a really strong cereal character. So it's a whiskey, but you're not sure what's going on.
Spiced rum is a lot of fun to do. You take a silver rum, clear rum, and you stick it in a barrel. Traditionally, those go in used barrels, used whiskey barrels or used wine barrels. And then we spice it with a bunch of different spices. Orange peel and vanilla bean, whole vanilla bean, are the two main flavorants. but we get a lot of the nutmeg, the cinnamon, the clove, the anise coming through. When you mix it with a Coke or another mixer, though you still taste each spice, and a lot of people really like that. So when they try our stuff, they're like, this is really different. So although it is a spiced rum, it's not really like a spiced rum that's on the market at the moment. So that's what we were going for.
Well, we're going towards brown spirits. Most microdistilleries start with white spirits while they're aging their brown spirits. Whiskeys and bourbons have to be aged. So I think that where we will be in 5 or 10 years is we'll be distributed internationally, and I think we'll have a nice balanced portfolio of white and brown spirits.